And the architect of the anti-rape law, Justice Verma, has passed away at the age of 80. He was the 27th Chief Justice of India from 25th of March 1997 until his retirement on the 18th of Jan in 1998. In the aftermath of the gang rape in Delhi, it was Justice Verma who was appointed as the chairperson of a 3-member commission to try and suggest some changes required in the existing laws and to provide better security to women in India.
Former Chief Justice of India, Jagdish Sharan Verma, has passed away at the age of 80. He was the architect of the new anti-rape law, framed in the wake of the Nirbhaya gang rape.
When this request was made to me, I thought not only was it a call to national duty or public duty which I must perform, but that was something which I think I owed to the nation and to the women of this country, the women folk. I see, and that's the reason I responded promptly.
For a man who was associated with several landmark judgments, Justice Verma's death has shocked the legal fraternity.
He raised the Supreme Court to a different stature. I must tell you, what he did in the Supreme Court, Vishaka, the first gender justice judgment, Justice Verma. This whole theory of continuing mandamus, by which the court monitors investigation and keeps the CBI in check, Justice Verma. Raising accountability and bringing the political system to account of the Supreme Court, Justice Verma.
Besides doing path-breaking work in jurisprudence, Justice Verma always fought for the underdogs and the exploited.
When I heard the news, I was really, really shattered. He is a person whose name will be remembered by all for his alacrity in coming to the aid of the marginalized and the exploited. And commercial factors did not matter with him at all.
A man who laid great faith in strong democratic institutions, he strongly favoured independence for the CBI.
Personally, I feel the CBI should not be under the thumb of either the government or the Lokpal. You see, it should be independent over the investigation is concerned. That should be governed only by the law, and the law makes that provision with supervision by the court and control by the court.
Though he credited the anti-corruption movement for mobilizing the public, he also cautioned them against intruding on constitutional provisions.
I don't want to comment on any particular individual, whether Anna or anyone else. Well, they did a great job by mobilizing public anger and making all political parties to commit to bring in a Lokpal. But I think then the making of the law should be left to the Parliament, because that is the constitutional scheme, and I don't think laws can be made on the street.
And as a former chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission, Justice Verma was only too aware of the obligations of the state to protect the common man.
That the state's responsibility is not merely to punish the violations of human rights. The state's responsibility is also to prevent any violations. And those violations not only by the state actors, acts and omissions of the state actors, all right, but even of non-state actors.
He set the bar so high that with his passing, India has lost not only a luminous legal authority, but also a great soul.